General Assembly. I stand before you today with a sense of urgency, fueled by the weight of history and your responsibility to address the ongoing Palestinian humanitarian crisis. We gather here in the shadow of past inaction, in a room where my voice and the voices of others have been drowned out, and where when we dared to speak up, we were faced with harassment, and some of us, even violence. We must not forget that silence and inaction have dire consequences, as evidenced by the suffering of the Palestinian people and communities affected that go to this school. The passage of a similar bill during the 58th session should have marked the beginning of a movement towards justice, yet it was left to gather dust on a shelf while the Palestinian crisis persisted. Tonight, the General Assembly has one job and one choice. They have a choice to vote in favor of truth, justice, and community, or to vote against this resolution, putting entire populations of students at risk and sending a message that you will continue to pretend that we don't exist. Here's the thing, we are here, we do exist, and our voices matter. And no matter what the opposition tries to do, to silence our voices, to lie, to hide behind falsehoods and incorrect and incomplete information regarding this bill, as they have done in the past, such as last year when I tried to fight for these same oppressed communities once more, look at what the bill actually says, and you'll find that it's not controversial at all. Now the opposition might want to silence... Oh, sorry, I'm a very passionate person, you know. Sorry, I'm really sorry. All right, now the opposition might want to try and slice and dice this body to make it seem like the GA is divided about this. You'll hear many things. You'll hear that there are, quote, two sides to every conflict. This is simply a lie. This isn't even a conflict. Palestinians don't even have an army. There are not two sides when it comes to fighting for justice. There are not two sides when it comes to fighting against Israeli aggression against civilians, cutting off food, water, fuel, medical supplies, it is germane to the bill, and bombing hospitals. There are not two sides when for 75 years the Palestinians have been genocided, ethnically cleansed and colonized through a racist and fascist occupation and ideologies such as Zionism, which in and of itself is anti-Semitic and racist. Now we cannot afford to let these concerns go unaddressed any longer, and it is our collective responsibility to stand for justice, equality, and the rights of all oppressed communities. The history of inaction raises serious questions about the OOTP and its failure to uphold standing policies. If Bill 6030 passes, the OOTP must follow through on its commitment to address these issues and follow through with this bill. Failure to do so would be a grave injustice and a disservice to us, and we'll be here again. And we won't hesitate to return and hold ASMSU accountable. Now I leave you all with the enduring words of the great hero and Nobel Peace Prize winner, Nelson Mandela. We know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians. Do your jobs.